Yo, what is going on, guys? I got a rarely used match for you today, and I'm presenting a new team. This is probably the best team I've been building at the moment, and I'm actually using this, and it's quite fun. I actually shared it with some of my friends, and they actually loved it as well, and we played it around all the time on PO and Showdown and stuff. We actually use this team quite a bit, and it's been successful for me. The team consists of a double choice band core of Druddigon and a Scavalier, both hitting pretty hard. The only thing that kind of walls his score is that Steelix you see over there, so it's gonna be a pain in the ass to take down. Then I've got a Lilligant with HP Rock, a Scarf Magnetric, and then defensive Tangrowth and Slowking. I'm not running choice packs because this team already has a lot of offensive pressure, so I kind of need Slowking to check Moltres, which is kind of a threat. I mean, not really because I do pack Scarf Magnetric, but it's still a nuisance. Anyway, looking at my opponent's team, it's going to be very hard to take down. He's got Amoonguss, Cryogonal, and Steelix, plus the Tangrowth. Oh my god. He's got Uxie and then Archeops, so he's running kind of a stall team and then an Archeops to clean up, I guess. I don't know what he's going to lead off with. I guess he would either lead off with Uxie or Steelix, depending on which one has his Stealth Rock, so since I don't want my Lilligant to be sent in early game, I'm going to send in my Tangrowth just for the sake of putting something to sleep. And I do lead off with Tangrowth, he leads off with Uxie, and I'm like, okay, let's just Sleep Powder. He goes for a T-Wave, probably makes a mistake not setting the Stealth Rocks in the first turn, but I missed my Sleep Powder. He goes for a Psychic, I go for a second Sleep Powder, and guess what? I miss it again. So this time, I just give up on life. I'm gonna go for an Leech Seed. He goes for a U-turn, so I'm guessing maybe this Uxie doesn't have Stealth Rock. And he goes into his Cryogonal as I hit the Leech Seed, but I missed those two Sleep Powders, which are kind of annoying. But hey, I know that my Scavalier is a very safe switch into this thing because the best thing it can do to me is Ice Beam, and I can take those for days. So I know he's going to switch out into Steelix, so I am going to make a double switch out. I don't remember what I go into. I think I go into my Tangrowth, and no, I go into my Lilligant against his Steelix. So he's going to switch into his Amoonguss, and I miss my third Sleep Powder of the game, but then I go for it again and I hit, because I thought, well, I already missed 3, 4's enough, more than enough, I guess, so I just hit the 4th one, and yeah, that kind of works out. We double switch out, he goes into Uxie, I go into a Scavalier, I go for a Mega Horn, predicting him to predict me to not go for a Mega Horn, but I get paralyzed, and then he sets up his Stealth Rocks, and I get paralyzed again, so this Uxie would not have set up Stealth Rock if I, 1, put it to sleep when I missed 2 Sleep Powders. 2, if I had hit my first Mega Horn. Fuck my life. I hate having Stealth Rock because his team is bulky and I know that I'm going to be switching in and out often because his walls are sturdy, and whenever he switches I have to switch out because he sent the proper check to my things. So that got annoying real quick. Anyway, Tangrowth versus Steelix. I know he's not going to stay in, but I just went for an HP Fire because things. And Uxie is out of here just chilling. He goes for a Psychic, and I think I'm going to go for a Leech Seed. Psych! I get paralyzed again. And I don't think this is really a big deal. I'm just going to go for it again. He goes for a Psychic. I'm able to take it. I'm going to go for a Leech Seed, and then I'm going to switch out and regenerate some health because this is getting my Tangrowth to low HP, pretty much. I'm going to get to my Scavalier because he's the best check I have to Uxie, and he stays in, goes for a Psychic, doesn't do that much, and I'm going to restore all that health with the Leech Seed anyway. I know he's going to switch out to Steelix, but since he probably does not have rest, damage is damage, and damage is here to stay. I go for a Mega Horn, do 22, and I predicted him to go for a... No, I didn't predict anything. I'm going to get to Tangrowth just to check it because I know Tangrowth can take any hit, but he goes for a Dragon Tail. And he sends my Druddigon in, and this is my greatest opportunity to kill off this thing. I'm gonna go for Choice Banded Earthquake, and luckily I do get a crit, which did matter. He would have been able to live it, but he would be a low HP, so he got pretty upset about that crit. I know it mattered, and well, he already got plenty of hacks in my opinion. So fuck you, dude. No, just kidding. I switch to my Tangrowth because my Tangrowth is a good check to other Tangrowths. And I go for an HP Fire, but I get paralyzed as he hits me with 1. So I'm like, fuck, dude. More hacks, please. I don't really see any opportunity or anything that I want to switch out into against this Tangrowth. So I'm just going to fodder it off. I also got a little bit upset because I was chatting with him, and he was saying a lot of crap, and I got kind of upset, so I made the wrong judgment there. Regardless, I go for switcheroo, predicting a switch. He sends in his Cryogonal, so he's gonna be choice locked. He goes for an Ice Beam, and at this point, since his Steelix is dead, his Cavalier is going to get a free kill. He gets another crit with the Ice Beam, so hey, it's whatever. I don't know if he got a previous crit. I know I did. Fuck you, Steelix! Ha! Get crit, bitch. Anyway, Archeops is out of here. I don't have a safe switch in. I mean, I do have Slowking, but I need to send in without prior damage. So I send it in. He goes for a U-turn, I guess, trying to save his Archeops because he knew that I would not have died to one single hit. I go for a Scald just to try and get the Archeops below the Fetus or even maybe get a one-hit KO. But I actually happen to get a burn on the Uxie, which is very good for me. Residual damage is always nice. And at this point, I'm going to go for a Slack Off, trying to get to full. And I'm able to because he went for a T-Wave. And luckily, I did not get paralyzed. I know that he's not going to do too much to me. He goes for a U-turn, gets a crit, doesn't really do much damage, so I'm not really that upset. He's into his Amoonguss. I think I went for a T-Wave, and I don't know what he was predicting. I guess Amoonguss is a general good check to Slowking. I took back Psy Shock, but I'm not going to go for it because I'm paralyzed. And he's trying to, obviously, burn some sleep turns. So I'm going to get to my Druddigon. I'm going to go for not Rage. Really no reason not to. He goes into Tangrowth. I know he's bulky, and look at that. 46% easy, and this time I do 50, so min-max variations kind of screwed me over, but who cares? He would have been able to live anyway. He misses the Sleep Powder there. It would have been a pretty good deal if I didn't hit myself once, and as you're going to see, I'm going to hit myself twice. So what would have been a dead Tangrowth actually happens to be a dead Druddigon because of double things. Confusion. He also gets the Sleep Powder off really late. I'm just going to preserve it for the sake of having a Sleep Fodder, I guess. He goes for an HP Fire on my Slowking. Really don't care at this point. I'm just luring him to go for a Giga Drain or a Lead Seed so that I can get a free switch to my Lilligant because it's the only plan I have at the moment. Manectric is not going to do too much since he has Tangrowth and Amoonguss. So I know he's going to go for an HP Fire, and he cannot put me to sleep because I packed Druddigon as a Sleep Fodder, which was a very good play on my part. He goes for HP Fire, which doesn't do anything. And at this point, I'm going to get to +2. And I think this is a good game because he goes for another HP Fire. Luckily, he doesn't get a crit. Had he got a crit, I would have been very upset. But he didn't. And at this rate, Giga Drain is a solid one-shot on this Tangrowth. And I'm at +2 speed, +2 special offense, +2 special attack. Uxie is definitely not going to take this hit. And Amoonguss is asleep, so he probably would have been 2-hit KOs for my HP Rock, and Archeops just straight up dies. So that was a decent game, very hacksy match, but overall I think it was pretty interesting. So I hope you all enjoyed. Don't forget to leave a like. Rates comes, wow, late. Whatever, I cannot make this outro later.